Hi, I'm Father Matthew Green, and this is my first attempt at a simple little origami instructional video. I don't have the sort of proper setup with an overhead camera or anything like that to be able to do this with greater technical quality, but this is just a first attempt and let's see how it turns out. What I'd like to show you how to do today is my dollar bill origami schooner. I don't know how well you can see that, but gives you at least an idea. There we go, of the origami schooner. So, how do we fold the origami schooner? You start with a dollar bill. As much as possible, a crisp or dollar bill that has not been folded too much yet. And we're going to start by taking the dollar bill. It doesn't matter which side up. There's none of those little special features where one of the drawn parts of the dollar bill has some final significance in the folded model. So either side up doesn't make a difference. Fold it in half lengthwise. Okay, simple enough. As always, keep your folds as precise as possible. Now, you can open that up to what would be the valley fold side of the paper, that's to say the side where the crease is going downwards, and take two corners and fold them inwards to the center crease. Like so. Simply enough. Now, we are going to hold the paper so the other side is up, like this, and fold it in half. So the point we just folded goes to the opposite edge of the paper, like so. Now we fold the whole thing in half on that vertical line. Doesn't matter actually if you do it, which side is up when you do this, doesn't matter. Okay. And now we are going to open up whatever side is towards the front for you and squash it flat so that the triangle at the bottom is symmetrical. Just like that. Okay, then turn it over and do the same thing on the opposite side. Note that it doesn't matter if the two sides line up perfectly in the middle. You can have a little space there, that's not a problem, because they are two different sets of sails and they wouldn't actually be touching each other in a real schooner, so it doesn't matter if they're touching each other on your origami model. Now you might want to take a moment here to ensure that your creases are sharp. A little side note while we're doing this, the way I'm showing you is the way I think is probably the easiest and quickest for me to show you, not necessarily the most precise way, and not the way I would do it myself if I were doing this all alone. I would actually probably pre-crease most of this instead of doing these steps in exactly this order, but this should get you to the goal. Okay, now take the bottom point and fold it to this edge right here. Okay, make that a nice solid crease. Right? And then unfold it, turn it over, and repeat. And unfold. Okay, now the next step can be done a couple of different ways. Basically what we want to do for those origami cognoscenti is just do a sync of the bottom point. Now I'll illustrate how to do that in 3D. You can do this by folding up and then spreading, or different ways you can do it. I'm going to do it by unfolding a little bit and refolding. So you can just watch how this goes. So I'm going to open it up a little bit and there are creases. You can't see too well perhaps in the lighting from this video, but there is now a little square in the middle here. And we're going to use those creases we just made a second ago. See, with George Washington on the bottom, it's putting Washington's face in a nice little frame. Okay, and we refold all the other creases that we had before. So we have this shape right here. Okay, now again, I'll open this up so you can see what it looks like. All right. This is the shape that we have and the structure. Now, you see we have these little corners on the inside here. We are going to open this up a little bit. Just move these corners off to the side. We're going to reverse fold them like this. Try to keep it from spreading too far apart. Okay, so again, here is an inside view. Okay, we open the bottom, we see President Washington's face. This is the overall structure we have so far. Okay, now here's something we could actually have done before, but we're going to open up this side that is a rectangle on top. Take the top part and valley fold it down, not quite all the way to these corners. You want to leave at least a little bit of space there, a couple of millimeters worth of space. Fold it across, okay, and then fold it back. Okay, now on the other side, you can kind of pick a point, let's say right around here, a little bit more than halfway up this lateral side. I'm going to open up this side a little bit and fold down from this bottom corner here to that point that you've imaginarily chosen right up around here. And we're going to make a crease from that corner up to there. So something like this. Okay, see, it doesn't go all the way to the top. It goes right from this bottom corner to about a half or a third of the way up this formal diagonal line we had there. And we will do the same thing on the other side. Now this should be symmetrical, so you might want to fold it closed so you can see that little sliver there, and fold it to the same spot, or at least close. Increase that nice and sharp. Get your fingernails in action, or a bone folder if you're using a bone folder. You can always put this down on the table and rub it with something hard to get those creases to stay.